I was working on collision detection, and then I'll work on integrating the collision detection with all the other modules I've done so far.
I've been working on getting the GSIs loaded, trying to get the basics of navigation mesh put in.
This week I was basically getting all the sounds done at the Oaks recording studio in Fermanagh.
I've been working on the levels this week. I've been modelling stuff like geometry, doors and windows, basically getting the basic structure of the building going.
I'm getting on ground with animation and characters and modelling, and I have finally learned how to normal map thanks to Peter McNally.
That's it. You'll be honoured to see its first idle animation. It's not much, but considering the amount of problems we had, it is a big success.
This week I've been working on getting the AmbiX scripts we've made into the game and triggered as you walk around. So as you can see here, you walk into the park area and it will go green, and then as you approach the fire you'll get another kind of effect coming up.
I've been mostly texturing buildings that I've been getting from Nick. He's been doing the UV maps and giving them to me, and then I take a flat picture like this and just basically make out all the detail of the buildings and apply it in Max.
We have an environment. We're continuing to flesh it out right now. Basically setting up UVs correctly. As you can see, some models are now have got some textures in them. It's beginning to look more like an alien simulation. Then we have the dress or the town hall, which was the hardest one to do.
I've been working on the first level layout and been doing the exciting job of making sure all the collisions work in it and that our character moves smoothly throughout the level.
This week I finished the music for the first section of the game. I also did various bug fixing and integrated the puzzles for the beach section.
So Matt's going to show us now the complete level. What you can see now is just all the collision map for the level and all of the placeholders, the waypoints and the little specks on the map, the bits of the puzzles.
This week I've been doing the backgrounds and got some animation sorted, and we'll be continuing on that. Also did some more modelling.
This week I've mostly been putting in the sound system, a wonderful 2.5D sound system, and also been implementing other simpler, smaller puzzles and stuff like that.
This week we've come to the end of doing the shape implementation. It just needs tweaking, thank God.
Okay, this is one of the puzzles, the second section of the game. There's a door here that you can't get past, so if I just go back. There's a button here that you can place an object on, and this will open the door. And the door comes down pretty quickly, so it's too quick actually for you to just walk under it. But if you notice that ball flying over the top, when that reaches this area here, it actually stops the door from moving. So what you can do is flick the ball over pretty quickly.
This week I've been up to pretty much trying to get our Wiimote and the blue Soleil drivers working so that we can get the gesturing on the way.
Basically this week I've been working on some of the assets for our level, and unlike most of the 3D modelling stuff, all of these assets have to be hand-drawn individually, so it's proven quite a task.
We have about 45 minutes worth of drums, which are going to be randomly played by our sample player.
I've been doing some audio this week. I've got all the beats that Joe's been making right up here, and I've been actually writing, as you can see on the screen, all of these are different instruments for the Gnome 2 puzzle.
Here's like pretty much how the level's going to look, not exactly how it's going to look, but it's basically going to be on a real wall. We're going to be going with a black and white style for it at the moment, I think, because it just gives it a bit more style. It's a bit more stylised, and you can see the background canvas with some of the assets unlocked.
This week I've been working on our second puzzle in the game, which is our logic puzzle. You've got your end node, which will, this will essentially be your end sound. There'll be a sort of an end sound and a beginning sound. And the idea is you've got to turn your beginning sound into the end sound. We'll have 4 different variations of this sound. As I said, there are no sounds yet. And you've got to turn this one into this one by using these nodes in the middle, which will be effects.
This is what we got this week. A sink,
That's very nice. We can plant wedges now. It's really growing. You can see the animation. And I think it's not that much different from last week, but we can paint style onto it. See the cogs, the mechanic stuff. Oh, don't watch this. That's the hard issue. This is the other style, but it's painting the same textures. Later we'll change style. And yeah, that's the progress for this week, I think. It looks better now. Oh, didn't jump. Okay, this week we've been working on wedges. We've been working on we refined the physics system, the physics materials, nothing. The control feels better. And kind of change the camera view. We have 3 different cameras. You can see that. Distant, most near one, and a distant. Yeah, something like that.
This week I finished all the wedges animation, and you see. But you know, the most pity thing is that I had to redo all the animation and all the models again because there are too many faces on polygons, and the size will have changed. And you can see the new animation, well, full of energy, with more power, just a light bomb.
I've nearly finished unwrapping all the characters, meaning we're almost ready to texture everything, meaning most of the character art assets are almost done now, and that's about time.
I've managed to rig all the characters, well, get all the rigs built for the characters. Yesterday I managed to rig up Captain Cannonball, get him in his first few poses. I'm sort of having a bit of difficulty with the facial rig, but that's all new to me, and I'm getting on with it pretty well.
This week actually we've done a few things. We wrote a few shaders, one of them which we kind of inspired us from, but took a lot from Team Fortress 2 to get the characters shading nicely, where instead of falling to black it sort of fades to a sort of translucent white. So it's sort of really a cartoony shader for the characters, basically. And we're sort of working on a water shader as well, as sort of make it look more celestial, less watery.
Progress has been really good. The editor's come a long way, thanks to Rohan. I've been probably finding the best way to play with the editor, which we've all figured out now, so it's been really fun throwing in the assets that I've made, the placeholders into the level editor, and now it's a question of swapping them out for final models.
We made a lot of progress. The editor is sort of, as we say every week, getting there, and I think it is there now. We're just making the final list of the features we want in it. And overall with a steady pace. Not really bursting, but we will soon.
We're going to start off and just tell you a little bit of how progress is going. It's going well. We've got, you know, stuff that's coming together nicely. We'll have a nice polished video in the next week or so, I think. So, yeah, touch wood. Something that actually looks polished, and we're moving on to sort of like tweaking gameplay stages at this point in development. We do have a few more assets to bring in, but by and large everything's shaping up into a cohesive project, and we're going to be pushing on with some more gameplay development rather than worrying about pipeline and getting features running.
Apart from working on particle systems with Simon, I've also been making some more 2D sort of character portraits for be used both in the game engine and also just for publicity.
I've mainly been working on particle systems this week, make everything look nice and pretty. Dom here is helping me with it as well. Because we just put in some flat 2D assets and then turn it into a 3D effect. So yeah, that's basically what the week's been spent doing. Bye.
I have been working on more gameplay music. I've sort of finished up a little motif and I've started a new one yesterday. So I hope to have that done well on my way by the end of the week.